So now let us start with the session. So a very warm welcome to all the students and parents from the Olympiad Success family. I'm Aarti and I will be your host for today. So students, as we were discussing earlier, that today we are here for non-routine mathematics, correct? So this is for grades 5 and 6. Right, and the flow of this session would be like, first of all, there will be an introduction by Nitin sir. So he is the director of the company Olympiad Success. Post that, we would be having an introduction by Mr. Gautam Thakur sir. So he would be your mentor for this entire course. Okay, and after the introduction by Gautam sir, I would be taking you through a short presentation about the course. Post the course presentation, I will be taking you through the tour of the platform, wherein I will be showing you how you can access the material once you enroll to this program. After that, we would be having a question and answer round. And so if you have any doubts, any queries, you can write it down in the chat section and we would be taking up all your queries one by one. Post the question and answer round, we would be starting with the demo session for which we all are here, right? So I hope everything is clear regarding today's session, how we are going to conduct, okay? And so now over to Nitin sir for a brief introduction.
Thanks, Aarti. Thanks a lot. And welcome to all the students. And Gautam sir, we are not able to see you, so you need to switch on your camera. And I also request other students to switch on the camera. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Welcome, sir. How are you doing?
Good evening, sir. Yeah, great, sir. Great, sir.
Okay, great. So I think my first question was, what is non-routine mathematics, right? And how is it different from what you learn at school? So typically, when you talk about, let's say, routine mathematics, which is taught in school, routine itself tells you that there's a certain routine, there's a certain set of steps that you need to follow in mathematics to get the final answer. Okay, and that is what is routine mathematics. Do you all agree with me? Doesn't your teacher tell us that, okay, this is your step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and then you basically get the final answer, and that is routine mathematics. Now, what is non-routine mathematics? Non-routine mathematics is where there can be multiple options to solve the same question, right? So there's a question, you can solve it in different ways, right? So you can use one way, you can use another way, you can use third way, and you still get the same answer. Now, why that becomes very important is because when you're able to solve it by multiple ways, there are ways which can take a lot of time, and there can be ways which can help you solve the question in a very short period of time. Now, what that means is that you really need to make sure that your concepts are clear. You're a little creative, right? Because then you have to, at a very short period of time, you really need to judge yourselves which way you're going to use so that you can solve the same question in a shorter period of time. Okay, I'll just give in a very basic example. Now, if I give one question to basically a nursery or a prep KG student, that multiply 1 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 9 multiplied by 0. Correct? Obviously, for you guys, it is very easy. You'll say that, okay, answer is 0. So a smart student, right? Because obviously you are, so one way of solving is that you multiply 1 by 2, then 2 by 3, then 3 by 4, 3 by 4. You multiply everything, and then at the end, you multiply by 0. You spend up, I think, especially if you think about a prep KG student, he or she will take around 5 minutes to solve it. And then obviously he'll get the answer, which is 0. A smart student, right, will know that, okay, if there's a 0 at the end, then obviously that is the right answer. This is a very simplistic question, but I think once we have Gautam sir take few examples, I think he'll be able to suggest why it is non-routine mathematics. Second thing is that typically these questions are a little tougher than the regular school curriculum. So my request to students is those students who are fairly comfortable with class 5 syllabus. Okay, I'm repeating that again. Those people who feel comfortable with class 5 syllabus, only they should join the course. Okay. If you struggle with mathematics in general, then this is not really the course for you. Why? Because this course is actually of a higher level. So if you are looking for a regular course, then we do have a course for both for class 5 as well as class 6, a mathematics Olympiad course. This course is going to be a level higher because this requires a lot of thinking and it will require a lot of concepts that you need to learn in a short period of time. And that's the reason I recommend that those students who are fairly good with mathematics, they feel comfortable, and those who have completed class 5 syllabus, only those students should join this course. Okay. For this, we have a wonderful faculty. Gautam sir, who has been with us, Olympiad Success, for almost 3 years now. And let me just tell you a little bit about Gautam sir. So Gautam sir was part of Narayana College, Inter College, which produces several IIT rank holders. A lot of his students have got fantastic ranks both in JEE Mains as well as JEE Advanced. In fact, one of the student I remember got 100 percentile. In fact, she was a girl who studied from Gautam sir. Even a lot of our students have done extremely well, and he would be actually taking this particular course. And he has been primarily teaching the elder students, but I think he has agreed to take this particular batch, which I think we are very fortunate about it. So over to Gautam sir for a brief introduction.
Thank you very much, sir. Very good evening, sir, and very good evening, all my kids. And as sir said, I was working with the Narayana group, and yes, we had a very good rapport with all the kids, and I used to, interacted with the kids, and I used to teach for the mathematics and JEE and mains and advanced level as well. And yes, all the kids used to be in a different pace. We used to bring them to the one particular platform, and then we started teaching it. And it's 2020, I guess, like where I met Nitin sir, and now sir has explained me about the Olympiad Success, and trust me, it was a very great platform, and it's been 3 years that it's been been with the same coordination and all. And kids, one thing is for sure, I've been seeing it. There are multiple students who are taking this platform as an additional coaching, and they are achieving in a very good way. And when it comes to the mathematics part, you can be 100% be assured, as sir said, I'll be taking care of all the things and all. Just I'm waiting for you to see it in the classroom as well.
Sure.
Yes,
Thanks a
yes.
lot, sir.
Yes.
And I think people will actually see your demo today. So be prepared with a couple of questions as to why students can solve, let's say, a particular question in 2 different ways, and how, let's say, using a particular way, I think they can solve it a little faster.
Sure, sir.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you so much, Gautam sir and Nitin sir. It's really a pleasure to have you on the platform, Gautam sir. So students, now I will be sharing my screen for a brief introduction about this course. Okay. And if you have any doubts related to this program during the course of the presentation, you can write it down in the chat section, and we would be taking up queries post that. All right, so once again, a very warm welcome to all of you, all the students and parents. So today we are here for a non-routine mathematics demo and interaction program. This is for grades 5 and 6. To start with, I'll just give you a brief about Olympiad Success. So Olympiad Success is India's largest online preparation platform for Olympiad examinations. And we had come up with the Olympiad Success live classes 3 years back. Basically, this is our 3rd year into it. And again, we are India's first exclusive live classes for Olympiad's preparation. Along with the live classes, we had started with the School Plus program. So basically, this School Plus program is an year-long program that comprises of 8 courses, and these 8 courses are math, science, English, and logical reasoning. These are for your Olympiads preparation, while we have other 4 subjects: communication. It has both spoken and written, Vedic mathematics, and coding, right? So these are essential for your skill building. Now, what else are we providing? So apart from the regular Olympiad classes and this non-routine mathematics class for which you are here, we do provide online Cpsc plus Olympiad classes for grades 6 to 10th, and we do conduct one-to-one preparation classes for international mathematics Olympiads. And these international mathematics Olympiads include SASMO, CMO, HKIMO, TIMO, etc., etc. We are also into preparation classes for JEE Mains. Now, coming up to the rank holders for the academic year 2021. So we had 40 plus international rank 1, 70 plus in top 5, and 120 plus in top 10. These are the details of these students. So now coming up to an overview about non-routine mathematics. So Nitin sir had already explained in a very beautiful manner like what exactly non-routine mathematics is. So I would just reiterate. So it is more than just learning the standard ways to solve mathematical problems. Okay, so this is not a sequence. There would be multiple multiple ways to do one particular thing. So these problems are the ones that need some creativity, requires conceptual clarity, and has multiple ways, basically no immediate apparent strategy to solve this. So this course will be helping the students to compete in exams like NMTC, UNRMO, and Aryabhatta. Coming up to the syllabus, so the syllabus link is there in the chat section. I will be sharing that once again. So I'll just give you an outline like what all we would be covering. So there would be number theory, geometry and mensuration, algebra, combinatorics, probability, and mathematical reasoning. Coming up to the session details, so your classes would be conducted in group with around 20 students, and it would be delivered through Zoom. There would be 2 sessions per week, and the days would be Saturday and Sunday. The timing will be from 6:30 p.m. till 7:45 p.m. So basically these are 75 minutes classes with a 5-minute break in between. You would be getting access to reading material and practice questions, which would be available on your dashboard of Olympiad Success. Apart from that, you get a free access to our platform to practice topic-wise mock test for NMTC, Aryabhatta, and logical reasoning. Okay. And finally, like your sessions would be including a mix of theory, practice questions, doubt sessions, and discussion on previous year papers. So regarding the points 4th and 5th, I would be showing you on the platform. Like once I take you through the tour of the platform, there I'll show you how you can access the material and the topic wise mock test. Okay. Now coming up to the various links. So the syllabus is available at this link. I would be sharing the links once again in case if you have not copied them. The fees for this course is rupees 8,500, and this is a 40 session course. You can make the payment by going to this link. All right, I would reiterate what your fees include. So you would be having online classes, daily reading notes and exercises, practice of previous year papers, and access to Olympiad Success platform for NMTC, Aryabhatta, and logical reasoning. Coming up to the prerequisites part, so you should attend these classes using a laptop or a desktop with good internet connectivity and use headphones. And preparation part, like Nitin sir had already covered about the preparation. So basically, we would want you to spend few hours every day to cope up with the curriculum, because it is going to be tough, right? And parent support may be needed to check the answers and reiterate the concepts. So that's it, kids. Your live classes will be beginning from April 30th, which is a Saturday, and I hope to see you all. And finally, I would like to conclude my presentation on the note that in the academic year 21-22, we had students from more than 3,800 schools across India and abroad, and we have students participating from 35 plus countries. And once again, I welcome you all on board. So now let me quickly share my screen for taking you through the tour of the platform. And after that, we would be taking up all your queries. Okay. So kids, what you need to do is like you need to go to this link, which is olympiadsuccess.com/login, enter your credentials, which is your user email and password, and click on the sign in button. So once you click on the sign in button, you would be redirected to your profile page. So there are 2 important things to be kept in mind over here. First is the live classes thing, and second is the worksheets thing. So okay, so for live classes, basically right now this subject is not coming over here. Okay, non-routine mathematics, but then that would be displayed once your classes would start. So here you can select your subject. Then you have to select your topic, and the list of reading material, practice questions, and answer keys would open up. So these would be in the form of PDF files. So once I click on any reading material, so the reading material related to that particular topic would be displayed. Similarly, we would be having the practice questions related to that topic. And then finally, the answer keys for that topic, right? So these would be accessible to you once you join the batch. Then we have the view schedule button. Okay, so on this, the entire schedule for your non-routine mathematics classes would be given. Right now, this is for math classes, math Olympiad classes. So it would be a detailed one wherein we would be letting you know like what all would be covered in which session. And then we have the holiday calendar wherein the dates are mentioned on which the classes will not be conducted, right? And finally, we have the Zoom meeting ID and password. So here the ID and password would be displayed. So using these ID and password, you can join the meeting, right? And now coming up to the worksheet. So once you enroll to this subject, like this course, non-routine mathematics, you are all eligible for NMTC, Aryabhatta, and logical reasoning. Okay, so let us say if I click on NMTC, so these are mock tests available to you. What you need to do is you have to click on the take exam button. So for NMTC, and for all the other subjects as well, these topic-wise worksheets are available in the form of tests. So you need to click on the start worksheet button, and the test will open up. Now you need to read the question, answer the question, and click on the next button. So there would be around 25 questions in each worksheet. So once you are done with this worksheet, you have to click on the finish button, and your examination will be submitted and you would be redirected to the answer key page, right? So here you can see the complete question, the options, the correct answer, and your answer. Apart from that, there would be an explanation given to you. Okay. And in case if you would want to see if you close this window, but then if you would want to see the performance again, you just need to click on the performance tab. And here you can see the list of all examinations which you have appeared. So let's say now I had just appeared for NMTC. I'll click on the view button. So the summary will open up. On the summary page, there would be a review button. Once I click on this review button, your answer key page will open up. Right? So these are the two important things which you would be getting once you enroll to this program. So now kids, I'll stop my screen share, and if you have any doubts, you can let us know in the chat section and we would be happy to answer. So the first question I'm getting is, ma'am, you explain what is non-routine mathematics.
Okay, I think we already explained that,
Right.
but I think for the benefit of those people who have just joined, so non-routine mathematics, as the term suggests, it is not routine mathematics, which is taught in school. Now, you would say that what is not taught in school? So typically, these are questions of higher difficulty order, which essentially means that there are multiple ways of solving the same question. And that's the reason you have to be creative, you have to be fast, you have to have very good conceptual clarity, so that very quickly you're able to decide what way you're going to solve this question, and then solve the answer in the minimal point of time.
Right. And there is one question, ma'am, when is the Math Olympiad?
See, again, there are Maths Olympiad exams which are conducted by multiple organizations. The most recent is going to be the Unicus Mathematics Olympiad, which takes place in July. Then we have SOF, basically IMO exam, which is going to be conducted by SOF. I think they are starting in November. Similar is the case with CREST Mathematics Olympiad, that also starts in November. And I believe there's a civil zone exam which also starts in November. So you can go to their sites and get to know about the specific dates. The second thing that we are talking about today is basically non-routine mathematics exams, like NMTC, the Aryabhatta exam, or UNRMO, right? So NMTC exam, if I'm not wrong, that takes place, I think, somewhere around November. Because of COVID, I think there was some delay. So I don't know the exact dates for this year. UNRMO exam takes place in January every year. And Aryabhatta also takes place in January. Aryabhatta exam is conducted by Summerfield School. So again, there are a lot of Aryabhatta exams in the market. When you apply for Aryabhatta, please apply for the exam which is conducted by Summerfield School based out of Delhi, right? And their exams is definitely tough. In most of the cases, you actually have to form a team from a school and then they participate in this exam.
Yeah. And there is one following question, like what is NMTC actually?
Okay, so NMTC is National Mathematics Talent Contest. Okay, and this is conducted. So there's a single paper for class 5 and 6, single paper for class 7th and 8th, and single paper for 9th and 10th. This is actually conducted by AMTI. AMTI is Association of Mathematics Teachers of India. So yeah, so it's a very, very prestigious organization. It is actually a group of or association of mathematics teachers who conducts NMTC exam, and it's a very reputed exam.
Right. And few students are asking, is this for class 6? Can we do for class 6?
Yes, it's absolutely for class 6. In fact, when I started, I told very clearly that please ensure that you have completed class 5 syllabus before you join this course, right? Because then, and that's the reason, because class 6 students have just come into class 6, and even class 5 students, because I know that there are a lot of students who complete their class 5 syllabus, or they would have completed through Olympiad Success. So my request is that only if you have completed class 5 syllabus, you should actually join this course.
And Kian is saying didn't see last year's papers in the section.
Yeah, last year papers, I think what we can do is few papers that we can get from internet, we can actually share it with you during the course of the section. But obviously, because we don't have the copyright, we cannot even put it on a platform.
Right. And there is a question from Amishi's mom. She's saying that she wants to know the difference between this course and regular mathematics and Vedic mathematics course.
Okay. So see, Vedic mathematics is a very different course, right? It is basically based on ancient Vedas, or I think if I'm not wrong, there are certain sutras based on which it's an alternative way of solving problems for faster calculation, right? So Vedic mathematics is very different from the typical mathematics. So that's about Vedic mathematics course. The other course that we have for Maths Olympiads, that is suitable for basically exams like CREST Mathematics Olympiad or IMO, which is conducted by Science Olympiad Foundation or Silver Zone. See, I think if you look at these Olympiad exams, they're a little tougher than the school curriculum, right? But they follow the school curriculum. Now, when I talk about non-routine mathematics Olympiad, see, their curriculum is slightly different from the school curriculum. A lot of techniques and a lot of ways to solve the problems, right? You may not even be taught in the school, and that is what we're going to be teaching in this particular course. So this course is definitely different, but it is also tougher than the Maths Olympiad course. And that's the reason I was insisting that you should have completed class 5 course before you plan to join this course. And second thing is that since it's going to be a tougher course, you need to ensure that you feel very comfortable with mathematics. So those people who don't feel comfortable with mathematics, then this may not be a very good first course for you. Just, I think Amishi has just entered into class 5. So if she has not completed class 5 course, then this may not be the right course for her.
All right. And can you please send the calendar in the chat box? Also, can you put the name in the chat box of institute that conducts Aryabhatta?
Yeah,
So
it is Summerfield School. No, it is Summerfield School, right? So as I said, Aryabhatta exam conducted by Summerfield School. There are other Aryabhatta exams, but which are not good. So go for the Aryabhatta exam conducted by Summerfield Schools based in New Delhi. Yes. Any further questions? Okay, if there are no further questions, then maybe we can start the demo, or we can ask 1 or 2 questions. Aarti, what do you say?
So there was a question, like one parent was asking, parent or student, I don't know, but he was asking that when the classes will be conducted, the days and timing.
Okay, so why don't we just ask the students? So students, when are the classes going to? So when are the classes going to start? Does anybody remember that? Okay, if you remember it, why don't we write it down? Okay.
30th.
Okay, Orange, thanks a lot. And Yashashwili, thanks a lot. And I think we have a bunch of students. So, okay. So students are attentive. Good. Now my question is, okay. Oh, okay. People are already answering it. So on what days of the week the classes are going to take place?
Kian has already answered that Saturday.
Okay,
and
Saturday and Sunday. And my last question is, what would be the timings of this course? Can somebody tell me, like, from what time to what time the classes are going to take place? 6:30, but then when are they going to end? And is it 6:30 a.m. or p.m.? Okay, we got it. Okay, good, very good. So it is going to be held from 6:30 to 7:45 p.m. Right, Aarti?
Right, sir.
Okay, great. So I think then we have a pretty good set of students right now. So Gautam sir, over to you.
Okay. Yes, students. Okay. Good evening, students, once again. So as sir said it about the NMTC and all the topics and all, so just like to let you know once again, that this mathematics course what we are doing it is completely different when compared to the all the other sessions. Okay, like say for example, when we talk about particularly NMDC. Okay. When we talk about particularly NMDC course, in this particular course, there are two major topics which are to be focused at a lot. That is lines and angles, that comes under the geometry part, and second is the triangles. These two topics are really important for NMDC because geometry is such a thing. Lines and angles, to be more specific, is such a topic wherein you get multiple questions and you can't expect any of the questions repeating it from the previous time. So now let me just brief you on how the lines and angles works. Before starting it with the problems, just wanted to introduce you like what exactly we learn in lines and angles is. When I talk about lines and angles, the first and foremost which comes into a student's mind is the parallel lines, the perpendicular lines.
Gautam, I think I don't know if because clarity is not there. Is it because of lighting or is it because of the marker itself?
Okay.
Or Aarti, what about you?
Yes, sir. So basically, Gautam sir, what's happening? I think so. It's because of the camera. So maybe if you can wipe it up, some kind of dots are coming, and so it's because of the lighting only. Then yeah.
Once.
How's the marker by? Yeah, because I think your image is little blurred as well.
Right.
Once. I'll just change the marker. Just let me know.
Right.
It is little blurred. So I
Yeah,
think
it's
it is.
blurred.
I think it is more to do with the camera. Gautam. Yeah.
Now is it fine, sir?
Yeah, maybe you can do that, but I think students may have some difficulty following it. I think it's visible. It's not that it is not visible, but it is not very clear. So you might have to relook at your camera, but I think for now, I think let's continue.
Yes.
So I think students, I think just want to let you know that, yes, I think we'll fix this issue. For today, I think let's try to see how we can make it work. Okay.
Or you want me to take it in the smart board, sir? Like,
I'm fine. I think if you can do that,
Yeah, if
nothing
you
like
can.
it. Yeah. Let's use the technology.
I'll just switch it to the smart board. Just give me.
Okay.
So SK, I see that you are raising your hand. You can write down your query in the chat section. If you have any, meanwhile, Gautam sir is getting connected to his smart device. So we can answer your query till then.
So I think let me just ask a question, right? So I think somebody was asking what's the difference between Vedic mathematics and non-routine mathematics and mathematics. So I think if I'll just give one question, right? 87590 multiplied by 999999. So can somebody give me the answer in just few seconds.
Many seconds are over now.
Many seconds are over. Yes, yes, absolutely. Yeah, I just wanted, so I have actually been, okay, I think, so I'll just put it in the chat. How many people can solve it within a second?
No, he has
No, I
shared the
put it in
question
the
in the
chat.
chat section.
Yeah, yeah, I put it in the chat. And this has to be solved in just, it was supposed to be solved in just 5 seconds, 5 or 10 seconds.
Without using the calculator.
Without using the calculator. Otherwise, there's no point, right? Not possible. Yeah, so I think the reason I put that question is because for this kind of question, right, you would use Vedic mathematics to solve it within a few seconds. Okay. Let me try actually. So the answer will be 879602. Okay, you're back. Okay, I think why don't we just, I was just passing time.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, I think so. 879120. Yes, you're right. So Rangao, you actually put it correctly. I think you're right, but yeah, you're right. So I think this is the power of Vedic mathematics because you can get the answer in a few seconds. Okay, this is Vedic mathematics. Actually, it is little off topic. So anyway, I'll let Gautam sir. But I was just trying to explain what Vedic mathematics can do because you cannot solve it otherwise using traditional mathematics. You cannot solve it very fast. Okay, Gautam, you're there.
Yes, yes, yes. Hope this is clear now. Obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, kids. So as we were at lines and angles and all, so before getting into few questions and before giving you few of the questions like how the NMTC non-routine mathematics problems are there, I just wanted to explain you a simple concept. There are few students like you might be knowing this, you might not be knowing it, and for the kids who are not known, you can just go through it once, and the kids for which the topic is new, please concentrate it. See, generally, whenever we are talking about lines and angles, and whenever we are talking about the problems based upon the angles, the first and foremost which comes into our mind is a parallel lines and a transversal. And whenever we take two parallel lines, let me name it as L, M, and say P. P is my transversal. And whenever I take two parallel lines and a transversal, there are total 8 angles formed with respect to this particular thing. 7, 8 angles which are formed. In this 8 angles, we call angle 3, angle 4, angle 5, and angle 6 as interior angles, and angle 1, angle 2, angle 7, and angle 8 as an exterior angles. The main reason behind calling these two interior and exterior, the angles which are lying between the parallel lines, the angles lying between the parallel lines are interior, and the angles lying outside the parallel lines are exterior angles. These are the things. And when we talk about two parallel lines and a transversal, we will be definitely knowing which angles are supplementary angles, and which angles are equal. Now, quickly, can anyone tell me what do you mean by supplementary angles? This is a very simple question. Yes, anyone can drop me a message. What do you mean by a supplementary angles? No one. Seriously. What are supplementary angles? The angles make what? Yes? No, Anushka. Okay, Anushka, then what do you mean by complementary angles then? Okay, Kian, 180, correct. Yes. Anushka, the sum should be 90 for complementary angles. When I'm talking about supplementary angles, the sum should be equal to 180 degrees. Okay. Now, okay. Now, based upon these parallel lines and a transversal, parallel lines and a transversal, we need to know which angles are 180. 180 angle are also known as straight angle. Straight angle. Why do we call it as a straight angle? Because if I take two angles on a straight line, say for example, angle 1 and angle 2, when I sum these two, it's nothing but 180, which makes it a straight line, which we call it as straight angle, the supplementary angle. Now, coming to this parallel lines and the transversal. In this, there are different types of angles what we'll be knowing, L, M, and P. Okay, there are different types of angles what we'll be knowing it. Okay, 1, and 8. Now, the types of angles what we'll be learning it are alternate angles. Okay. Co-interior angles. Are nothing but the supplementary ones. We generally call it as in co-interior angles. Alternate angles, co-interior angles, and corresponding angles. Now, what do you mean by alternate angles? In the name itself, we can mention it. See, whenever we are talking about two lines and a transversal and the angles, we will be dividing the angles into two parts. That is the left-hand side of the angles and the right-hand side of the angles. And when I talk about the alternate angles, one angle will be lying on the left-hand side and other angle will be lying on the right-hand side. For example, if I'm talking about angle 3 and angle 5, if you observe it carefully, angle 3 and angle 5 are the alternate interior angles because they are interior angles. 3, 4, 5, 6 are interior angles. Angle 3 and angle 5 are alternate angles and they are alternate interior angles. And always alternate angles are equal. Alternate angles are equal angles. Okay. Whenever we talk about alternate angles, they are equal angles. In the same way, if I talk about angle 4 and angle 6, even angle 4 and angle 6 are equal. Even these are alternate angles. Alternate angles are always equal. And what are alternate exterior angles? And what are alternate exterior angles? If we talk about angle 2 and angle 8, angle 2 and angle 8 is one set, and angle 1 and angle 7 is one set. Angle 1 angle 1 and angle 7. These are called alternate exterior angles. Alternate exterior angles. Okay. Okay. Clear till here? Now, what do you mean by corresponding angles? Can anyone tell me? Okay, first, what do you mean by co-interior angles? Are the co-interior angles equal? Are the co-interior angles equal? When I say co-interior, no, they are not equal. Co-interior are not equal. Co-interior angles make the sum to 180 degrees. Co-interior angle sum up to 180 degrees. For example, if you observe this figure, angle 3 and angle 4, angle 3 and angle 4 are co-interior angles. Angle 1 and angle 4 are again co-interior angles. Angle 2 and angle 3 are co-interior angles. Angle 6 and angle 7, angle 5 and angle 6, angle 7 and angle 8, and angle 5 and angle 8. In short, when we are talking about parallel lines, and transversal, in short, angles which are adjacent to each other. The angles which are adjacent to each other form co-interior angles. The angles which are adjacent to each other form co-interior angles. It can be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I've marked it over here. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 1, 4, 5, 6, 5, 8, 7, 8, and 6, 7. All these are co-interior angles. What are corresponding angles? Let me draw it once again. Okay, what are corresponding angles? One angle is interior and one angle is exterior, and they are equal. These are called corresponding. Say, for example, I'll take 1 an exterior angle and 5 an interior angle lying on the same side of the transversal. That is, angle 1 is equal to angle 5 and angle 2 is equal to angle 6. And angle 4 is equal to angle 8. See, if you observe it carefully, angle 4 is interior, angle 8 is exterior. And over here, angle 3 is interior, angle 7 is exterior. Angle 2 is exterior, angle 6 is interior, like this. One is interior, one is exterior, lying on the same side. They are simply called as in what? Corresponding angles. And corresponding angles are always equal. Okay, corresponding angles are always equal. 4, 8, 1, 5, 2, 6, or you can even consider angle 3 and angle 7. All these angles are corresponding angles. This is the very basic concept of lines and angles. But when we talk about problems and when we talk about the, the interior part of it, the in-depth part of this, it's like a huge ocean. When we start learning about lines and angles, it's really a huge ocean. Let me give you 2 simple questions which have been asked in the previous Olympiads as well. Just a simple question, and it's actually a basic question. Let me see how many of you will solve this. There are 2 parallel lines. Okay, please do consider this as a parallel lines. Okay, and a triangle formed by these 2 parallel lines. Okay, the angle mentioned over here is 65 degrees, and the angle mentioned over here is 20 degrees. And given that these 2 lines are parallel, how do I calculate and how do I find the value of x? Yes. Can anyone tell me the answer for this? I'll just quickly give you, a minute's time or half a minute to solve this. 75, no. 70, no. 20, no. 45, Anushka, very good. Yes. 40, no. 45 you'll be getting it. See, if you observe this figure carefully, beta, if you observe this figure carefully, there are two parallel lines under transversal mentioned. This is my transversal. This would be my transversal. Okay. This is my transversal, which I'm marking it with orange, is my transversal. And as we know, this angle 65 is an interior angle and this exterior angle will be equal. This angle will also be 65 degrees. This angle will also be 65 degrees. Now this is a lines and angles. Now let's jump to triangles concept. There is one more concept hidden in this triangles part. And in this problem, for the same problem, concentrate carefully. There are two methods to solve this. Okay, there are two methods to solve this. Now let me take only this particular part. Okay, let me take only this particular part. I know that this is 65 degrees. I know this angle is 20 and I need to calculate this angle as x. Now, if you concentrate carefully, my 65 degrees is an exterior angle for the triangle which is formed. I'm naming it as ABC. In triangle ABC, 65 degrees is an exterior angle. And what is exterior angle equal to? Angle A plus angle B. If I mark this as D, then what is the formula of exterior angle property? What is the formula of exterior angle property? Angle ACD, my exterior angle ACD is equal to sum of interior opposite angles. The angle which is there, the angle C is interior angle and exterior angle is again based upon angle C itself. So instead of considering angle C, we'll take the other two angles, that is angle A plus angle B. This is the formula you're supposed to use it. Angle ACD is equal to angle A plus angle B. So 65 degrees is equal to 20 degrees plus x, which gives x is equal to 65 minus 20. That is 45. Okay, sir, I don't know the exterior property. How do I solve it? At times, exterior property will not click. So we learned one more concept over here. What is that? Adjacent angles are equal. Co-interior angles, adjacent angles are supplementary. Co-interior angles make the sum to 180 degrees. Let's use that if you're not able to use it. Angle C, what is angle C can be calculated as? Angle C can be calculated as 180 degrees minus 65 degrees. After getting angle C, take angle sum property of ABC, of triangle ABC. And as we all know, what is angle sum property? Angle sum property is nothing but sum of the angles of a triangle which equals to 180 degrees. Sum of the angles of a triangle which equals to 180 degrees. Whatever the angle comes, angle A, we know what is angle A, that is 20. We need to calculate B, and you know angle C, sum it up to 180, you'll get the value. You'll get the value. Okay. Yes. Pranshu, please text it better. What's your concern? Ayushi. You got any doubt? Ayushi and Pranshu. Okay. You drop a message to me. Okay, you want me to explain it again? Okay. See, okay, not this problem. I'll take one more problem beta of similar model. Okay. Alternate angle can be 1 and 2. Where is angle 1 and angle 2? alternate angle. No, angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent angles, but are not alternate angles. Alternate angles are 3 and 5, 4 and 6. Angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent angles, not alternate angles. Don't get confused. Okay. Okay. In short, the angles which are shared by the same arm or the same base, say for example, same arm. What do you call this line as? Arm. The angles which are shared by the same arm are adjacent angles. Okay. Don't get confused. Right. I'll give you one more problem of the same way. You can explain me that. You can make it understand. I have a parallel lines again like this. This question you might be seen in many of the examinations as well. These two are parallel lines. My angle over here is 105 degrees. And this angle is given as 25 degrees. And this angle I need to know. Angle X. So quickly send me the answers. Angle X. What is angle X? The same concept problem. The concept is same. Very good, Anushka Gi. Anushka again you have done it. Ayushi, no. 15, does it look like a 15 degrees angle, Ayushi? Tell me. It's an obtuse angle. What do you mean by an obtuse angle? The angle which is more than 90 degrees. Dharmik, very good, 130. I think you understood the concept. Nice. Others? Divya. Okay. Okay. Now see this. The simple thing, when we talk about two parallel lines and a transversal, you can't use this. Okay, let me name it. You can't use AB and BC as the same transversals at once for two parallel lines. For example, if I'm considering two parallel lines, and if I'm taking one transversal to that particular thing, and there is one more line joining it over here, these two angles will be equal. Okay, these two angles will be equal. So if I draw a construction to this particular thing, these two angles will be 105. Okay, now again, a triangle has been formed. Let me name this as D, the newly constructed one. So this angle will be 105. Now again, exterior angle property. X degrees is equal to 105 degrees plus 25 degrees. That is 130. That's it. It's all about how quickly we crack the concept behind it. It's all about how quickly we know which formula is being used, which concept is being used behind solving the problems. That's all. Okay. Let me give you one more question. Based upon the triangles button. Okay, let me give you this question first. Then we have a triangle, say A, B, and C. Okay. Okay. Now, in this, angle A is given as 90 degrees. BO and CO are the bisectors. Are the bisectors of angle B and angle C. You need to calculate the measure of angle BOC. What is the measure of angle BOC? Yes. It's slightly tough. Try solving it. If not, I'll explain the concept behind it. That's it. Yes. Anyone? Angle BOC will be how much? If angle A is 90 degrees. Yes. Yes, it's slightly tough, but okay, now first we'll learn the concept behind this. Yes, we'll learn the concept behind this. Now, whenever we have, see, this is a regular math question, like how angle A is given and angle BOC and all. And how do you crack it? There is a formula behind it, which deals that this is not a normal question. When we talk about a regular math problem for this, let's calculate the relation between, forget about the angle which is given. Okay, everyone, forget about the angle which is given. I'll just quickly explain the concept behind this, for which is to be related for the regular math. Okay, let's calculate the angle behind, or the relation behind, angle BOC and angle. We all know angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. Now, what do you mean by a bisector? Bisector is nothing but which divides the angle into two equal angles. The one which you don't know, the one the students are getting confusing. What is a bisector? Bisector is nothing but, for example, I have an angle like this. I'm constructing a bisector for this angle. That is, my complete angle is 120 degrees. What does a bisector do? The bisector will divide this into two equal angles, that is 60 degrees and 60 degrees. That is the work of a bisector. Divides it into two equal angles. Yes, two equal angles. Hope you got it. Now, my angle B is divided into angle 1 plus angle 1 and angle 2 into angle 2. Now, what is in the same way, this is for triangle ABC. And what is the angle sum for triangle? Triangle BOC. BOC is nothing but angle 1 plus angle BOC plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degrees. Now let's get back to equation 1. What is it? Angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180. What we can write this as? Angle A plus angle B. Can I write it down as 2 times of angle 1? Yes, I can write it down as 2 times of angle 1, right? That can be taken as 2 times of angle 1 plus my angle C can be taken as 2 times of angle 2, and that is equal to 180. Now we have angle 1 and angle 2 in BOC also. Let's relate these two. Let's take the relation of angle 1 plus angle 2 over here in this and drop it in this particular thing. What you will be getting it? Let's see. Now, angle A plus, I am taking 2 common, angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degrees. If you want to take this, shift that angle A to the other side. It is 2 times of angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degrees minus angle A. And what is angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degrees minus angle A whole divided by 2. This is my equation 2. Or let me take this as equation 2 and I'll mark this as equation 3. Now I have angle 1 plus angle 2 value. Can I substitute it over here? Yes, I'll substitute. What I'll be getting it? 180 degrees minus angle A divided by 2 plus angle BOC is equal to 180 degrees. Now divide this. What you'll be getting it? 90 degrees minus angle A by 2 plus angle BOC is equal to 180 degrees. I want to know the value of BOC. So shift entire part into the other side. That becomes angle BOC is equal to 180 degrees plus 90 will become minus 90 and minus angle A by 2 will become plus angle A by 2. That is angle BOC is equal to 90 degrees plus angle A by 2. This is my relation. Let me repeat it once again. When a triangle is given, and an interior triangle is formed with the help of the bisectors, then angle BOC will be equal to 90 degrees plus half of angle A. Now tell me, what is the value of BOC if angle A is 90 degrees? Now quickly tell me the answer for this. Now quickly tell me what is the answer for this. No, Anushka. Check it once again. 135. Yes. 135 will be the answer. Very good. So when I talk about the regular one and the non-routine one, you can directly use this formula, beta. You can directly use this formula. Okay. And for your reference, if you might get it out, sir, this is the interior part. What if the angles are bisecting exteriorly in this way? We have a triangle like this. Okay. A, B, and C. Exterior, if the angle is getting bisected exteriorly, then angle BOC will be equal to 90 degrees minus angle A by 2. 90 degrees minus angle A by 2. Didn't understood. That is interior angle bisecting, you understood, right? Interior angle, you have understood it. In the same way, when we have, okay, we have a triangle like this. ABC. If the exterior angle is there, what do you mean by exterior angle? The lines which are getting outside the triangle. This is an exterior angle. This is an exterior angle. Okay, if the bisectors are there for the exterior angle, these two are equal and these two are equal, then my angle BOC will be different. That is what I'm saying. Okay. Internal itself, this itself, beta. Bisectors are different. BO is a bisector of angle B. CO is a bisector of angle C. BO bisects these two angles. CO bisects these two angles in this way. Okay. Okay. Now based upon these two, I'll give you one more interesting problem. Okay. Okay. Now see. Okay. Okay. Now concentrate on this concept first. If I have two parallel lines, chalo, let's check this. How many of you all and a transversal? Okay, and a transversal. L, M, and P. Now, if I have a bisectors for the interior angles, if I have a bisectors for the interior angles, and there is a polygon formed. Okay, before getting into it, what do you mean by a polygon? Anyone can tell me what do you mean by a polygon? Anyone? What do you mean by a polygon? What do you mean by a polygon? Anyone? Closed figure. Okay. So Atharva, can I call circle a polygon? Yes. Can I call a circle a polygon? No. Closed figure with line segments. The closed figure which is formed by a line segments. To be more specific. Okay. Closed figure formed by a line segments is called a polygon. Now, okay, coming back to my question. Concentrate carefully, beta. I'll repeat it once again. There are two parallel lines and a transversal. There are two parallel lines and it's transversal. Now, there is a polygon formed. There is a polygon formed with the help of the bisectors. Again, I'm telling you, these are bisectors. Okay, with the help of a bisectors. Which figure is formed? Which type of polygon is formed? That is what my question is. Which type of polygon is formed? Yes. Please tell me which type of polygon is formed and why? Why are we saying this? Which type of polygon is formed? Quadrilateral. Okay. Okay. To be more specific, which type of quadrilateral is formed? Which type of quadrilateral is formed? Square? No. Now what else is left? Rhombus? No. Diamond? No. There is one more. Come on. All the three, anyways, you have mentioned it. Square, rhombus, rectangle. That's it. Rectangle is formed. Rectangle is formed. How do you know whether the formed quadrilateral is a rectangle or not? What are the basic properties of rectangle we need to know? First and foremost, angle should be 90. Angle should be 90. And yes, rectangle should have all the properties of a parallelogram. How does a quadrilateral family consist of? Let's see that first. As anyways, you have mentioned it as quadrilateral. Let's quickly see what does a quadrilateral family consist of. Quadrilateral family consists of.
Gautam sir, sorry to interrupt.
Yes, yes.
We need to wrap up quickly, like in a minute or so. It's already 19:45.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that. Okay, kids, quickly. Parallelogram. Trapezium and kite. In again parallelogram, we have rectangle, square, and rhombus. Okay, let's quickly see this question. Why do I call this as a rectangulus? Now see this better. I'm mentioning this as 1 and 1 and this as 2 and 2. So obviously as alternate angles are equal, I'll mention this as 2 and 2 and this as 1 and 1. If I just take this point, say D, at the D, okay, at D, I have a straight line. At D, I have a straight line. And my straight line angles consist of 180 degrees. And what all angles I have it over here? Angle 1 plus angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 2. This is equal to 180 degrees. This is equal to 180 degrees. So obviously, 2 times of angle 1 plus 2 times of angle 2 is equal to 180 degrees. Which means angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 divided by 2. That is 90 degrees. Which means the angle formed for this particular quadrilateral is 90. Not only this, parallelly even this angle is 90. So obviously 90 and 90. These two angles are also 90. That forms that this is a rectangle. This is a rectangle. That means we learned one more concept over here. If the bisector, say for example, if the angles, the bisector, the polygon formed by the bisectors of a interior angles of a parallel lines, the figure formed is a rectangle. Okay. Okay. There were a few more questions, but anyways, I'll be meeting you in the class. Then we shall be discussing those questions in detail. Okay. Okay, kids. Okay, Aarti, I've done it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gautam sir. It was a wonderful class. So, kids, can you let me know, like, how was the class? Did you like it? Any feedback? Any queries? Nice, unbelievable. Okay. And what about others? It was nice. Yes. Okay. That's really nice. Wonderful comments I'm getting. So thank you so much, kids. So kids, do you have any queries regarding the course or regarding what Gautam sir had taught today? All right, all clear? Okay, that's nice. So kids, what I'm doing, I'm sharing the links once again in the chat section. In case if you've not copied earlier, you can copy it right away. Okay, this would be helpful for you to enroll to any of the programs of Olympiad Success. Okay, so thank you so much once again, Gautam sir. And thank you so much, everyone. You all have been a wonderful audience. So have a great evening, everyone. Enjoy. Bye-bye. Take care. Thank you, sir. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.